Good evening, Owls family. Hoot hoot. I am back. How is everyone doing? Good evening. Let's start. Good evening, KP Heathen. How you doing? Hoot hoot. Good evening, Amber darling. How are you doing? Hoot hoot. Hello, Dark Lord Monet. Welcome in. Oh, Farrell's in the house. Hoot hoot. Good evening, Monica. Hoot hoot. Welcome into chat. Good evening, Perlio. Hoot hoot. How are you doing? I've been worried about you because I haven't seen you in any of the comments. Hello, can y'all hear me? Good evening, Seahorse Dreams. Welcome into chat. This is your first time. Welcome. Believe me, I am so happy to be back. Believe me, I am. I am so happy. It's been too long, too long. And I hope everyone is doing well. This is just, I'm just as happy as can be right now. I have missed y'all so much. And for some odd reason, my phone, even though it's a new one, not, recently new, but it's a new one, will not do YouTube yet live stream. Oh, it's good seeing you too, Monica. I'm happy to be back. Good evening, Deanna. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Yeah, they're thorny, but they don't bother me. I didn't get stuck once. I think they were just so happy to be out of the imprisonment of a 5-gallon bucket. I felt so sorry for them being in that bucket for so long, but I couldn't do anything. But now I can. Good evening, hippie chick. How are you doing, beautiful? Always remember, you are beautiful. You are a beautiful lady as well, and I love seeing you come in. Hoot, hoot. I'm just so happy to be here. Good evening, Jeff Brown. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas, holiday season. Celebrating's not over yet, but at least we made it through this far. Yeah, it feels so good to be back doing live streams. I have missed doing them, but my phone will not let me do it, which don't make a bit of sense. Everything's updated, and I know for a fact I got plenty of memory and room and drive on this phone, but will not let me do it. But that's okay. I didn't think about grabbing my laptop because I'm still at family's house. I could have used my laptop, but I wasn't thinking about it. Yes, the only reason we're doing Tuesday night was because yesterday was Christmas. I know not everybody celebrates, but I didn't want to take anybody away from family time. I don't care what you celebrate, but it was a major holiday for many, many people, and I just rather done it on Tuesday. Yeah, they are strong plants. Oh, see your sister Bounty. Welcome into chat. Oh crap, I missed somebody. Tammy, welcome into chat, sister. Hoot hoot. Lord, I tell y'all, I done got out of practice. I know I missed. I hope I didn't miss anybody else. I think I caught everybody. I think I caught everybody. Hold on a minute. No, Don't want to do that. Oh, thank you, Bounty. That's right. It's Boxing Day for y'all up there, isn't it? Merry Christmas to you too, Bounty, darling. Yeah, best thing you can do is take a good pot of soil, put your acorns in it. I'm bad, but I just lump them all in. Now you can do individual potting cells if you have them. Cover them up with dirt. Leave them outside so they can overwinter. Now, of course, keep an eye on squirrels. Tree rats are notorious. But yeah, and they should start sprouting up this spring. Oh, yeah. Tammy, I agree. It's been a day today. It's been interesting. No, they need to stratify as well by cold weather. If you've got a pot with soil, sprinkle your seeds in there, lightly, well, cover them by at least a half an inch of soil. Put them, label them so you'll remember. Put them outside, let them overwinter. Good evening, Dee. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. How are you doing? Oh, believe me, I am so happy to be on. Of course, I prefer using YouTube, but this is what I'm going to be using for a while, y'all. There was something else I was going to say, and my mind just went woo. Um, what's the wine and cheese come and go tonight? Man, just I would love to have some brie and some. I don't get all fancy. I like brie and saltine crackers. I would love to have some brie. But yeah, I do some I do my, of course, they look rough, so I don't know if any of them going to make it. Remember back when I was doing all the cherries? Well, I filled a pot up with soil. I just threw all those cherry pits in there, covering them with dirt. Told them, love y'all. I'll see you this spring. Please germinate for me. That's what I done. Good evening, Atta Girl Prepping. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Yes, it is so good to get to talk and see everybody. Because I'm gonna tell you, it has been rough typing. Now, don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed myself, but trying to answer everybody in the last few, I have to admit, I give Farrell kudos for that first night when she was reading chat to me and answering back for me. Kudos to Farrell for being able to do that. And the other ones trying to make sure I tell everybody hello in the chat box. That was fun. Let me tell you, trying to answer everybody before that question was being lost. Good evening, my crooked little homestead. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Oh, that's wonderful to hear. It is. I tell you, pumpkin butter and sweet potato butter. I know Farrell sweet potatoes, but they both are delicious. Yeah, cheese and crackers. I love cheese and crackers. I can't help it. It's a southern addiction. But yeah, man, I can't help it. My favorite of all is especially the triple creamed brie. I just love brie. brie is delicious. I'm not too big on it being sweet. I'd rather just have it alone and some crackers. Y'all can have my sweet potatoes. I'm just glad that it was a big hit with your family because the pumpkin butter is truly delicious. Now you can also you could cook with the pumpkin butter now. You can add that. Now you'll have to watch it, make sure that, because it is sweet, so you have to watch, make sure that nothing burns. But you can add that to biscuits. You can add the pumpkin butter into pancake mix. You can add that into bread. Yeah, it's wonderful. That's okay, Dark Lord Monet. I understand. I understand. Oh, look at Tammy gone wild. Strawberry watermelon wine. My gracious, that smells good. No, I just messed him up doing it on Tuesday night. That's all. He's cheating on us. Good evening, Cindy. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. How are you doing? I love sweet potatoes. I can't help it. Have a little on the side. Owl gone wild or owl gone stray. Uh-oh. We'll have to watch him. No, I'm joking. But no, like I said, I didn't want to. I could have done live stream last night, but like I said, I know a lot of people are gathering with their family. Some family are out of town. I didn't want anybody to miss being able to spend time with their family. Oh, thank you. Yes, yes, this is my Hooter necklace. I'm beginning to think it's feral also because it lays whichever way it wants to. Yep, feral forever. Yep, feral forever and always. You have a little on the side. I like that one. Yeah, y'all gonna have to put up with me drinking, a regular cup of coffee. See, I can do it. Sliding some on the side. But no, getting back to the oak galls. I'm gonna be doing a video here soon. So now it takes a while to do the process, but I'm going to it's going to be a video that's going to take a couple weeks to do. Oh, oh my God. I'm going to be doing a video on how to make old fashioned oak gall ink. Good evening, Brampton. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? But yeah, the old fashioned oak gall ink. That way people know how to make their own ink. And this is the same ink that back in the day, all of your very important papers was wrote with because, yeah, it doesn't disintegrate. The Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, uh, Magna Carta. You can keep going on and on. Very important legal papers was wrote with oak, or actually iron oak gall ink. Oh, little Dexter, yep, he's just cute as can be. Good evening, Debbie. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot, how are you doing? Yes, very important ink and one that will stay stable for a very long time. So in case, you know, something hits the fan, you can now of course you're gonna have to learn and I'll show you how to make a quill pen. I'm not gonna get all fancy now. But yeah, and you could just write with that. And in case anything happens and everything, well, we know what's going to happen, but you'll be able to write important papers. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. I hope everybody had a wonderful day yesterday. Thought I'd have to use blood. Good evening, Apple 9. Hoot, hoot. Welcome into chat. Merry Christmas to you also. But yeah, and it's a beautiful dark black, which you can also use, and I'll do a different video on that. You can use make the charcoal ink also, but it's not as long lasting as the iron oak gall ink. Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to be back. Oh, yeah, that's a good neighbor when they bring the lobster now. Where's these neighbors? Okay, we need to all meet these neighbors. Where on earth they find lobster out there? No, I'm joking. I know, I'm just joking. All right, forget it. We're all going to Canada. We're all packing up, heading to Canada. Yeah, I love good blue cheese when it's good. Yeah, yeah, we're fixing to go to Bounty's house. Forget it. Live stream's over. Who wants to carpool? That sounds so good. Oh, and especially smoked Gouda. I love smoked Gouda too. I'm just admit it. I'm a cheeseaholic. I love good cheese. Man, y'all eating good up there. Like I said, I'd just be happy with cheese and crackers right now. Yep, you're closer, Brimpton. You are closer. Uh-oh, we got another Canadian hopping up. I forgot about my crooked little homestead was in here. We got two more Canadians ready to roll to Bounty's house. Broccoli Timble. Oh, I haven't had those in a while. I'll tell you another thing. I'm getting off subject, but Spanakopia, ooh, those are good. Yeah, when the blue cheese is actually really good, it's a delight to have. I've had some horrible blue cheese before. Now, I do make, and I haven't made it in a while. And when I do get to make it, I'll do a video on it. Believe it or not, it's a broccoli cheese ball. And let me tell you, that is so good and so addictive. All it is Depends on how big you want or to make the cheese ball, or you want to make several of them. 1 to 2 packages of frozen chopped broccoli you cook until tender and let it drain very well. You take 2 to 3 blocks of cream cheese, let that come to room temperature and get really soft. Uh, Anywhere from two, depends on your mood, 2 to 4 cups of shredded sharp cheddar cheese. Mix that all together, season it the way you like it. You can make it lightly spicy, you can make it spicy, you can make it mild. I like to use Zatarans or let's see, Tony Saturé. And when you get that all together and get them in a ball, yeah, you roll them in real bacon bits. Oh, it's to die for, y'all. I knew it was going to be dangerous, Farrell. Yeah, I don't like them wind farms, not whatsoever. I think that's one of the things that's messing up the jet streams. Because you can't tell me that, before the jet streams were absolutely predictable where they were going to be. Now all those big giant windmill things and the jet streams all over the place. Yeah, no. And big giant wind turbines, no. Broccoli puff, that sounds good. I love casseroles. They're so easy to make, and you can just about do anything in a casserole, and it's going to turn out pretty good. I'm notorious for my throw together casseroles, but I love good cheese balls. They're really good. But that broccoli one, that's addictive. I'm telling you. All right, we're talking about food, y'all. Might as well make me hungry. Come on. What else has everybody been making? Because Bounty's done got us started on the cheese night. Yeah, yesterday we cracked open one of my quart jars of collard greens. Oh my gracious, those were good. And we had some of my canned garlic carrots. Those were good. And the canned black eyed peas, which is always good. Oh, that's fine, darling. Everybody starts out new. Even I did. Yeah, there's a lot to look. There's a lot. Easiest thing I can say, I have most, not all of them, but I have most of all my videos pretty much in playlists. The easiest thing to do is go to the playlist section and just go by the playlist. Oh my gracious, Jeff, that sounds good. Yeah, it is. I'm going to try as soon as I can I'm going to try to build an outside. Well, that ain't going to be no try. I'm going to do. I just got to get the frame for it. I'm going to be building a mud daub. And yes, I'm going to bring y'all along for it. A mud daub bread oven. Oh, that sounds good. We love scalloped potatoes. They are so good. Ooh, that's a big. I bet you that turkey was pretty. Oh, we love quiche. Good evening, Amber. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Oh, that sounds good. Oh, you know what? I bet you'd be good on top of that. And this is something I got addicted to a long time ago. Like butter crackers or Ritz, crush them and mix butter and some like Italian seasoning and put that on top. I bet you that'd be good. Good evening. I'm sorry to look. Yeah, I'll just hold on. The words are so small. Marley's Ann, welcome in the chat. Hoot hoot, how are you doing? Sorry, the words are so small, y'all. Oh, thank you, Amber. I'm doing good. I am so happy to see you and everyone else. I'm so happy to be back. Y'all don't know how much I have missed y'all. Now, I don't want anybody feeling left out now. There for a while. Now, I have not got to catch up on comments. I know I'm so far behind, but I had to choose there for a while. Do I answer comments or do I post videos? And I figured y'all wouldn't mind if I focused on being able to post videos. I had enough battery power to post videos, but I could not comment. I will get caught up eventually on comments. I need probably about 4 or 5 of me. I know what Brampton said sounds good. What else? There was something else I was going to say, blah. Uh, I got quite a bit I'm hoping to get done. Y'all, I'm sorry, y'all gonna have to put up with seed saving for a little while because I'm all our stuff is either bagged up, thrown in tubs, scattered, stuffed here, scattered there. I'll be able to eventually here soon be able to fill orders again. I have not forgot anybody. I haven't really got to check my email because, like I said, I have to be careful how much power I use because, yeah, it really sucks. But you know what? I'm still going forward with regardless of anything. Okay, fresh broccoli doesn't work, so it's going to have to be frozen. Okay. Yeah, yeah, hippie chick. My sister's somewhere. I can't remember where, but they were pretty much in the bullseye up there in Upper Maine. Yeah, she was lucky. Um, no trees fell on their house. Now their neighbors and stuff pretty bad. Uh, she got about 2 inches or so of water in the basement, which they done got pumped out. She said it was bad. It was really bad. I don't doubt it's a family favorite. That sounds good. They should be fine. Uh, Save them anyway. You never know. They might be fine. They might not. It's sometimes doing the frozen ones is like Russian roulette. Uh, Roulette. Sometimes the cold kills them. Sometimes it doesn't hurt them. You never know until you try. Yes, I could tell you exactly one that I swear by, and it's SOW, True Seeds. They are an American company. They hire American farmers to small farms to grow seed stock for them. And I have had absolutely no trouble whatsoever with any of their seeds. Yep, save your seeds. You got to. Because with the way the weather's changing for everybody, each year your seeds are going to steadily get acclimated to the seasons best they can now. Um, because I'm telling you, save the seeds because, especially your own seeds, if possible, grow what you can. Save seeds from them because seeds are getting, if you buy them, seeds are getting ridiculous. And these people know better than to charge these prices like they do. Of course, bounty. Best thing you can do sometimes, Perlio, now not on an ungodly breezy day, but you could winnow them. Let the breeze blow the chaff off of them. And see, that is unheard of for you, Bounty. I'm still shocked that you don't have snow on the ground. Yeah, it just goes to show you that things are changing. Things are changing and not for the better. Yes, you can vacuum seal them. Yes, you can vacuum seal them. Um, I don't store my seeds in the freezer or nothing like that. I keep them in a tub. Well, let me be honest, tubs. Now, I have found that I lost one of my tubs. Somehow, moisture and mildew just went crazy in there. So, I've lost one of my tubs of seeds. I've got to go through it. It's ugly. See, I know some might be saved because they were in, there was a few in glass, little small glass jars and Ziploc bags, but anything that was in the original paper packaging, toast. Um, but if stored right, if you have medicine bottles, the plastic ones, that works excellent for saving seeds in. Little glass jars, as long as the lids are good. Yeah, we're just, we've been wet and we are cold. We dropped from almost yesterday. We were right at 70 degrees, and last night we dropped to 34. Yeah, I kind of have a problem with Baker Creek because they forced their employees, if they wanted to keep their job, they had to get jabbed. I kind of have problems with companies like that because it's those people's bodies and it's their right to choose if they want to or not. That's why I'm saying weather's changing and not for the better, y'all. That's just like here, we've been so dry, the Mississippi River is low as can be. Oh, that's perfectly fine, Cindy. Thank you. That's perfectly fine. Enjoy your dinner and listen away. I am I am perfectly happy with that. All I ask you, everybody, please, if you can, click the like button. Well, also, we all have to remember that weather comes in natural cycles. The weatherman don't teach you that because they don't want you to know that. But we are in a extremely strong weather cycle right now called the grand solar minimum. We're just in the first, what is it, 4 or 5 years of it. We've got this cycle lasts 30 years. The last time it happened, it happens every 400 years. Europe, a lot of people died of starvation and froze to death. Yeah, I was watching one of the homestead channels that I watched this morning. Here it is, almost January. Now his videos are little, he's got them stacked up, so he's got a little leeway. Um, he's in New Hampshire, and there's no frost in the ground. The ground wasn't even frozen. Yeah, that is very unheard of for up there. Yep, ate a lot of potatoes, but I'm fine with eating potatoes. I love potatoes. Can't help it. It's the Irish in me. Oh, let me tell y'all ready to laugh? Um, when I was getting ready to do the goji berry uh plant video, I was having to rob dirt from my grow bags because I can't go get dirt. I don't have the funding for dirt. But now I knew in the grow bags the potatoes croaked because, well, Junior was in the hospital. I couldn't take care of the potatoes. So I didn't expect no potatoes to be in them grow bags. Bad mistake. I start dumping the bags out because I knew that was still, since, well, the plant didn't really grow in there for long and I had just healed them, that I knew that the amendments and everything would still be in there because we've been so dry. Started dumping those bags out. Little potatoes went to rolling all over the place. I even had some potatoes that are sprouting, so I'm going to have to get those replanted back into the pots or the grow bags, cover them up with dirt, and put them in the hoop house or the hootie hoop house. and hope that the taters will make it. Yeah, it is. It is. Because nobody's alive that's seen this. Only the last time this happened, it written records, of course, was kept. And it was brutal. It was absolutely brutal because, yeah, things were wetter than normal. In some places, it was ungodly colder than it usually is. And yeah, okay, healing a plant. Okay, healing is when you let's talk about potatoes. Okay, now I'm going to do my potatoes a different way this year. All right, in the grow bags that I was planting the potatoes in, because I had 3 gallon grow bags, which really is not big enough for potatoes. You need a 5 gallon grow bag, but you use what you have. All right, what I done is, all right, the grow bags was about this tall. I put about quarter of the way up the grow bag inside full of good amended soil, and put the potato on top of that, and then I covered the potato up real good and left half of the bag empty. Well, of course, playing hospital and everything, by the time I could get back to heal up the bag, they were a good ways out of the bag. What I done was just take the rest of the amended soil and fill that grow bag up to about an inch or so from the top because you want to be able to water them but not have the water run out. That's what's called healing. Not everybody heals. I've seen some really good results, especially on potatoes, of where they just filled the bag a quarter of the way up with soil, put the potato in, and filled the rest of the bag up. And that man got a lot of potatoes. He said it was his lazy way of doing it. And he said it's been working for him, so he's not going to quit doing it. No, this isn't government. This grand solar minimum is a natural weather cycle. Oh, I missed that. I didn't know about that. I hate to hear that, Bounty. Oh man. That's what I don't understand. Why family traditions, family farms should be passed on, should be kept alive, but that's heartbreaking to hear that your kids don't want to take over. Now, was that did I describe it good enough for you, Perlio? Because I can go into a little more detail. That's just like healing a fruit tree. What happens is you'll dig a partial hole for the fruit tree and put the bottom part of the roots of the tree in, and you fill the soil up like a hill. Now it causes a weaker tree for a while until the roots grow out. And what you do is you will plant it halfway in the ground and build the soil up around where the collar of the tree is. And that's another way to heal in. Okay, good, good. I was hoping to see Angela in here and Angel because, yeah, I finally got to do my research because I'm telling you, y'all, stress is an evil, evil thing. And you need to quit trying, and you need to try your best to get rid of stress. Because, yeah, it irks me when I can't answer somebody on an herb question like I usually can. And it makes me sound like I don't know what I'm doing. Uh, yeah, it sure did. It sure did, Jeff. Yes, it did. And let me go back to this. Uh, the grand solar minimum was in effect when the settlers come over here at Plymouth Rock. And that's where they all starved to death and froze to death. Man, if it wasn't in Canada, I'd let you adopt me. If it wasn't in Canada, I'd do it in a heartbeat. You could adopt me and I'd keep your family business alive. But it's in Canada, and yeah, that I don't trust the Canadian government as far as I could throw them, just like ours. There you go. You can grow them now. They might not turn out like the fruit that you ate, but you know what? It's going to be some food down the road. It'll take a while. Hoot Deb, welcome into chat. How are you doing? But where the hell was I going with this? Oh, the AFib question. I've been thinking about this all day so I wouldn't forget it. For those who was asking about AFib and herbs for AFib, hawthorn is number one. But you've got to be careful because hawthorn can really drop your blood pressure a whole lot. Hey, Dark Lord Monet, you sneaking in after, doing the side hustle? But hawthorn, believe it or not, motherwort is a very, very good one. There was another one, hawthorn, motherwort, crap. And reishi is another good one. I gotta rib you. It's been too long since I've got to be on here. I'm gonna have fun. Look, I know you're busy, darling. It's fine. They should be okay, Perlio. Now, if they are starting to grow sprouts from the bottom, here's the problem. If your trees are grafted, this is why I try not to buy grafted fruit trees. If the tops die and the bottom part starts shooting out from underneath the graft, it's going to be whatever the tree is that they use to graft with, so you don't know what you might have. Now, if it's an ungrafted tree, you could work with it and train that fruit tree up to grow right. Yeah, and another thing on the turmeric, I learned this the hard way. I don't have to worry about it anymore, but it will profusely cause women when they're on their cycle to bleed way more than they should. So be careful, especially if you're on your cycle as well. Yep, turmeric works very well. Now, it doesn't thin the blood for everybody, but yeah, some women have to be very careful when taking turmeric. What kind of chairs are you building, Amber? I understand, Jeff. You should be proud. I understand, Bounty. Believe me, I do. Asking for a friend. Love it. Um, Taste it. If there's no mold growing on the top, it should be fine. Now, granted, I wouldn't try to use it for canning, but you could use it if it is still good. Got to make sure that it is still good, that it has not gone bad, that it is not moldy, but you could use it for taking, like if you take apple cider vinegar shots a day or a spoonful here and there, it would be good for that. Oh, thank you, hippie chick. I'm sorry you're not feeling good. It's all that rainy weather up there, and well, you're working yourself to the bone, darling. Good evening, Brandy, darling. How are you doing? Hoot, hoot, welcome in the chat. Still alive, kicking, but not as high. Oh, you're welcome. More than happy to help. But like I said, I wouldn't use it to can with. It's easy to make apple cider vinegar, but you honestly don't know what the acidic level is. Now, if you get the acidity test strips, then you could test your apple cider vinegar to see if it's strong enough to be used for, pickling and so forth. But until you get those strips, I wouldn't use it for canning because you don't really know if it's strong enough to keep the food stable. Good evening, Janie. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? Welcome in the chat. Merry Christmas to you too, and a Happy New Year to come. But yeah, usually those test strips are not very expensive, but it's finding them. And it's to test the acidity amount. Okay, got a question for everybody. Well, I've got everybody pretty much in the chat. Now, This coming Monday is New Year's Day. Are y'all fine with doing live stream on New Year's Day, or do you want to do it the next day? I'm perfectly fine doing it on New Year's Day evening. Yep, I'm back. Just have to be StreamYard for a while. As long as I can keep enough battery charge going, I will be back. Alright, I'm just going to have to do it on StreamYard, y'all. Yep, because it feels, I'm not gonna lie, it feels weird doing it on Tuesday night. So Monday night it will be going back to the regular Monday nights. Good evening, Pamela. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Y'all just, I'll tell you in advance. Y'all just probably gonna have to put up with hearing gunfire in the background. But yep, I'll do it New Year's night. I am fine with that. Oh, good evening, Sandra. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. I have missed you too. How have you been doing? It's got to where I stay home on New Year's Eve. Around here, it's too dangerous to go anywhere. Redneck firecracker. I wished it was that. No, it's gang members and people that don't have any common sense. Because, when them bullets go up, they have to come down somewhere. Good evening, Cheryl. Hoot hoot. Welcome into chat. I'm so happy to hear that you found Usnia. It's out there. You just have to stay persistent and believe that you're going to find it. You will. Yeah, those should do good if you bedded them down. The way the weather's going, you should be able to grow them out with no problem. I love beets. I can't help it. They are so good. Yep, I try not to waste dirt whatsoever. That stuff is precious, especially when you can't go out to get it or you don't have the funds for it. Dirt becomes a very precious commodity. There you go. Wintergreen's good too. Yes, it is. Hey, I'd like to see you when you found the Usnia. But if you found it now, I guarantee you there's more up in the tree. Just give it time to either blow off with the storm Or there has to be more because there's not going to be just one little bit of it. Just keep looking. Good evening, Stone Hobbit. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. It's better. There's way better painkillers than Usnea. Usnea is basically a very strong medicine for colds, flu, the big C, and because it's natural antibiotics. You go have fun, Bounty. Eat some cheese for me. Yeah, honey locusts are mean, but they're great trees. But yeah, I use other things for pain. White willow bark. Then all the other willows are good for pain. You just got to know which willow bark you're working with because each willow works differently on different parts of the body. Okay, Jeff, good to see you, and we will see you next Monday night. You take care and have a blessed week. Hoot hoot. Oh, thank you, Bounty, and you have a blessed, happy, safe New Year as well. All right, Janie, that's just being mean. God, that sounds good. That's wonderful. That is wonderful to hear. My crooked little homestead, wonderful. I don't doubt it, Amber. I don't doubt it a bit. Now, my crooked little homestead, another good one for him would be sweet potato vine. That's another good cancer fighter, especially in men as well. Oh, I love Brussels sprouts. I've entered the land of sweet potato lovers. Now, this is the vine I'm talking about now. It's the upper part of the sweet potato, not the tubers, but the green leafy vine. Tastes completely different from the sweet potatoes, Farrell. Completely different. You could saute the sweet potato vines, but if you dry it, you can make it into a tea or use it fresh to make a tincture. It is extremely important tincture for colon and prostate cancer as well. I know you don't like sweet potatoes. We will we will convert you to liking them eventually. But no, the sauteed leaves and vines, as long as they're young, of the sweet potato are delicious. Now, you don't want to just strip your sweet potato plants, just a little here and there, but you could saute them, delicious. You could throw them in soups. You can dry them. I didn't get to dry all my sweet potato vines this year because, well, the monkey wrench got thrown into everything, and I lost three three or four big black garbage bags full. But that's okay. There's always this coming year. But no, very, very important tincture, especially as a cancer fighter, especially in men. I'm fine with that, Farrell. I'll take you, sweet taters. Yes. Yeah, Farrell just can't, does not. Now, Farrell will eat any other potato but a sweet potato. She has not found a way that she likes. FedEx. FedEx will eat you alive on shipping. But yeah, no, extremely. People don't know because unfortunately a lot of the herbal, when they do the studies and everything, now I don't go along with all the studies, but if they do the studies correctly like they're supposed to, yeah, I like to read them and see what they do. And a lot of the plant medicinal studies, yeah, are hidden. You have to search very hard and high and low to get information. And the one that I was reading was coming out of Africa and very, very, the sweet potato vine, very important medicinal. Good night, Amber. You take care, and we will see you next Monday night. Hoot, hoot. Have a blessed week, darling. I think we lost Tammy, too. Tammy got quiet. Poor Tammy might have fell asleep. I know she's tired and wore out. But yeah, I love sweet potato casserole. I love sweet potatoes all kinds of ways. Yeah, the slips are the beginning, the starts of the sweet potatoes. Now, this is what I'm talking about when the vines are growing good and starting to produce potatoes and everything. Oh, I know why, Tammy. Believe me, I know. I understand, Brandy. It's always painful having to leave stuff behind, but you know what? You can do bigger and better this time. Juniper berries are, now I use a lot of those for cooking and stuff. Let me study up on the juniper berries. Oh, I know exactly why, Tammy. Man, more power to you, darling. You have the patience of a saint. y'all, y'all still after, y'all still after Dark Lord Monet. That side stuff. Oh, okay. Nice meeting you too, my crooked little homestead, and I look forward to seeing you next Monday night. You take care and you have a blessed week ahead. Good evening, Rudy. Welcome into chat. How are you doing, Hoot Hoot? Juniper berries can be, well, we know they're used to make gin. Um, they are very good with seasoning meats to get a smokier like flavor. They're used in marinades, a lot of different things. Yes, it's medicinal too, yep. And the juniper berry leaves are also used in a lot of Native American uh, ceremonial pipe mixes, or ceremonial tobacco mixes. Yeah, my company went crazy as well. It's still green. We've hit 24 degrees. It was cold as could be. It's still doing fine. Oh, guess what I found yesterday, y'all? Now we've hit 24 degrees. We've had a lot of frost here. I found a wild violet blooming. A wild violet was blooming. And now the other flower buds all around it, now they were frosted, but they were still alive. I'm like going, yeah, poor plants are so messed up. They're so messed up. But yeah, a lot of the major use of juniper, more people know it as for seasoning or flavoring gin. Yep, it was. Well, down here we've been fairly warm during the day. That's fixing to change. We're fixing to start getting cold for a while. Good evening, Teresa. Welcome in the chat. Hoot, hoot, how are you doing, darling? Trying to, doing a lot best way I can. Last 2 or 3, I was in the chat box talking with everybody. But yeah, looks like I'm gonna be doing live stream until I can figure a way to get my laptop up and going. Now the laptop's fine. It's yeah. Yeah, adapting. That's going to be a key factor for everybody who gardens. Now, might need pollinators, extra pollinators, might need a male tree, but if you had a late frost, if I remember right, hollies bloom springtime. If they got nipped by a late frost, that's a good reason why you might not have berries on them. Because now, here's the other question. Are they native hollies or are they different hollies? Because I have quite a few native hollies, one really big one beside the house, and there's no other hollies around it, and it is loaded with berries. You might want to try a male pollinator, or you could try. I'm thinking it's either gonna boil down to not enough pollinators, or you got a late frost, which probably hurt the blossoms. Good evening, Carol. Hoot hoot. How are you doing? That's why, Pearlio. That's why they're not natives. I know a lot of people don't like the native hollies because they're not perfectly shaped or everything. To me, they're beautiful. I prefer the native hollies any day. Yeah, I kind of threw a loop and set up a YouTube chat, and then I said, forget it, since I'm still at family's house, different one, actual family this time, that I was going to set up a live stream on StreamYard. Yeah, my forsythia are trying to bud out too. Now, if you wanted to do the lavender, you could do light lavender, and like if you give them baths often, you could do it that way too. Yes, holly grows, well, the native hollies here in America grow really kind of slow, but they are beautiful. No, I have no desire to have the black drink. I know what y'all pond holly does. Yes, the black drink. It will come out two ways out of your body, and both of them can be violent. Yes, I know very well about your pond holly. Yes, the black drink. Yes, that's why they used it. They used it to make tea, and it was for cleansing ceremonies. Yep. And your pond holly is a native as well. Yes, spray out both ends is definitely an understatement, y'all. But it is a medicinal. I haven't had it, don't want to have it, but I've heard that it's rough to drink. Now you have to be prepared. Now, granted, it would be good to have on hand as like the dried leaves to make the tea with, but I wouldn't use it unless you possibly needed a natural form of syrup of ipecac, but you can't guarantee if it's going to spew out of both ends, out of one end. There's no guarantee. Yeah, I'm not drinking it unless something has to be done. But yeah, no, Yaupon Holly, that was a medicinal drink of the Cherokee, especially before they were doing anything ceremonial. It was for the great cleanse. Yeah, people sell a lot of things that they shouldn't be selling. Through a screen door or eye of a needle. That's another one, Tammy. That's another old saying. Yeah, you have to watch them old timers. Some of those old timers are sneaky, and they will tell you certain things just to get, well, what the blank and giggles. Yeah, to a cleaning bottle. But yeah, some of those old timers are sneaky. They will tell you a lot of things just to see if you're gullible enough to go through with it. It's like, here, try this pepper. It tastes good. But don't tell you just how hot that pepper is. Yes, the wild onions are absolutely delicious. They were a staple early, winter into spring staple for a lot of Native American tribes, especially the Cherokee. Now, when you harvest it, take some from several clumps. Don't dig the whole clump up. That way they'll keep growing and growing. Um, what I like to do, especially for me and Junior, the wild onions. Now, there's also wild garlic. The difference between the two is the wild garlic bulb is a little bit bigger than the wild onion. But I will harvest some of the wild onions. Now, I have several videos of it, and what I'll do is I'll harvest them, wash them really good, make sure you get the dirt and the mud off of them, clean the root ends of it, chop them and the green up, the bulbs and the green, and I will mix it with scrambled eggs and cook it that way. It is absolutely delicious. My yard's covered with wild onions. Oh, good to hear, Jamie. Good to hear. Yeah, it should be, if I remember right, it's under Cherokee food recipes. or Cherokee cooking. It's one of them. I actually do it over the fire. They're delicious. And we like to eat the scrambled eggs with wild onions, and we'll have toast with it, and of course coffee. But it is absolutely delicious. Yeah, the wild garlic and the wild onions are both delicious. Now, sometimes another way to tell the difference is the wild garlic will grow just a little taller than the wild onions, but they are springing up all over the place now. In the summer, it's hard to see them because, you mow your grass. But during the late fall, winter, early spring, you can find them very easily before the grass starts growing. But yeah, we love wild onions. Absolutely love them. They are so good. Now, a little bit goes a long way. They are potent, but they are still very delicious. And of course, you can use them in soups. They're good and towards the end of cooking fried potatoes. When your fried potatoes are close to being done, that's when you can add them and finish frying them with the potatoes. Potato soup that's good in potato soup. Anything that you would use onions in, just remember they're quite a bit more potent than regular onions. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming up now. Like I said, purple dead nettle here is coming up. Wild violets are just looking beautiful. Um, let's see, chickweed's coming up. I expect there's probably cleavers coming up. But yeah, there's a lot of things I won't use because, well, the the risk do not outweigh the medicinal, and I'm not going to take no chances on killing myself using things. Yeah, cleavers is not growing here yet that I know of because we've been cold. That's good. Everybody should start learning their plants as much as possible because, well, sorry y'all, I'm not always going to be here. I'm not going nowhere no time soon. I still got way too many people to teach and harass. Uh, but we don't know how much longer the tubes is going to allow stuff. But yeah, yeah, definitely you're going to want to make the tea. Uh, cleavers dry it for tea as well as tincture. Yeah, you'll be thankful to have that black walnut hull tincture. Nothing like having your own homemade ivermectin. And that is exactly what it is. If not for keeping away the you know what, but for parasites, worms, and so on. And you can use it not only on humans but animals in moderation. And then if you once you get the green hulls off the black walnuts, yeah, then you got the treat of the nuts inside. Well, I'm teaching everybody. My primary list so far is all the tinctures that I've been making. Yes, it is ivermectin. Yes. The black walnut green, the green hulls of the black walnut, as long as they're green. I've noticed some people teaching people to use the black. That's past their prime when you use the black. If the green walnut hull has turned black, it's past its prime. It needs to be green where it just fell off the tree and you got it real fast, picked it up. It's just like gumballs, sweet gum trees. That's your what is the flu medicine? I just had it, got to thinking about the other stuff. Good evening, A. Perry. Welcome into chat, Hoot Hoot. Yes, it is. It is ivermectin, basically. Yeah, Tamiflu. Thank you, Tammy. Yeah, the sweet gumballs. As long as they are green, you will use a hammer, mash them up a little bit, put them in a jar, and you're gonna want to do it outside because it gets messy. Yep, that's natural Tamiflu. Good evening, Brenda. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Okay, Cheryl, you take care, and we will see you next Monday night. You have a blessed week ahead. Hoot hoot. It's good to see you too, Brenda. I'm just so happy to be back. I truly am. It's been rough, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. It's been rough, but you know what? Survivor. And I'm gonna keep going. Good evening, Gloria, darling. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Yeah, we're gonna have to put up with StreamYard for a little while. But hey, it's better than nothing. But yeah, there's a lot. There I have a very big tincture playlist. I plan on doing more this coming year. Hopefully as long as I can get supplies and everything. So yeah. What makes what makes a Z? I don't know what on earth that is. If it's an antibiotic, I got plenty of natural antibiotics that work very well. Because I don't think I've heard of that one. But yeah, there's a lot of information on there. Not only do I have herbal information in the tinctures, I have making your own oils and salves. I also have a playlist on dehydrating them. Good evening, Angel. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. How are you doing? Yep, Uznia. Uznia is one. Uh, a little rough, but toothache plant. Now, I'm telling you, it's going to be rough, but you can gargle with that for strep throat. Oh, Z-Pack? Oh, let me tell you. If your doctor, and they don't tell you this side effect, if your doctor prescribes that for you, you honestly need to tell them no. Do not take Z-Pack. Find something else, a different antibiotic. If you're going to go the pharmaceutical route, tell them you don't want the Z-Pack, do something else. Or if you're going to go the natural route, Uznia, number one, Uznia. And if the Uznia does not work, which Uznia is strong, the second one, and I'm tell people you don't play with it, you take it like you're supposed to, pokeweed. That's the two strongest antibiotics there is on this earth. The reason why I say leave the Z-Pack alone, I used it once. A long time, well, not so long time ago, but I kept wondering why. I kept feeling weird. My chest was hurting and everything. They don't tell you that Z-Pack, not everyone, but most people, it can mess with your heart's electrical rhythm and can cause you to start having irregular heartbeat. It will throw your heart completely out of rhythm. I came very close to that happening. I quit taking it because, yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. Yeah, you can gargle with Uzania, or you can gargle with toothache plant uh, tincture or tea. But yes, yeah, I don't take pharmaceutical antibiotics. I use Uznia or pokeweed and or poke root tincture. But I don't use the poke root until I know that the Uznia is not strong enough for whatever's going on. Yeah, Z-Pack is bad. Actually, there for a while I thought I was dying on it. It will completely change. It could change your electric rhythms of your heart. A lot of people don't know that yes, your heart has electric currents flowing through it, and that stuff will mess your heart up bad. No need for sorry. This is why we, the Owl family, gather together so we can grow together, learn from one another. Some people can answer you faster than I can until I can get my stress level down. Some will, I have what's called stress brain, and it's aggravating the daylights out of me, but I know once I finally find my calm spot, my happy place again, get through all of this, get back floating like I was, yeah. Yes, the green walnut hull works better than the ivermectin does, yes. But no, never be sorry for asking questions. We're all learning together. But yeah, uh, I don't think the poke root is in the nightshade pepper. It might be. At the moment, I'm drawing a blank. I apologize, but it's aggravating. It really is. Depends on what you prefer. Some people can't do the alcohol, so the tea would be better. Some people don't like drinking tea, so the tincture would be better. The only thing is that that's why you don't have to use as much tincture, so it's so concentrated. But yeah, I use both. I use both. Yes, the thing is with the pine trees, you're going to have to do the fun of figuring out what pine it is. White pine is your best medicinal, but what you do is you will go look out at a lower, if you have a lower limb of the pine tree, or wait till, a branch falls down and figure out how many needles is connected at each little spot, and then that way you can search and find out what pine that is. Pine tree needles are extremely high in vitamin C. Now, I'm not going to lie, they're not the greatest tasting, but yes, they have a lot of medicinal benefits, and I've been planning on trying to get a tincture made here soon. So I will be doing a video on that. There you go. The sweet gum is your natural Tamiflu. But, I'm going to tell you, you'd be surprised. Usnea looks like this little innocent plant. You look at it, it's like, oh, this is going to be easy. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not the greatest tasting, but I'm telling you, I have healed not only myself, I have healed Junior with it, I have healed other family members with it. I have healed, and this is Usnea tea. I have healed cats, I have healed dogs, I have healed chickens with Usnea tea. And there's a whole lot more medicinal benefits with pine. Now, I plan on showing y'all. I think I've seen a pine tree back behind our place, so I've been wanting to tap the pine trees to get the resin as well. Yes, you'll see on the little pine branch, or if you have lower branches on the pine tree where you can actually get it or get to them. On each little node where the pine needles come out, count the needles, and that'll tell you what pine tree that is. Yeah, bee balm works for a lot of things. A lot of things. But yeah, you just look for the node where each little pine, it'll look like a little, let me try to figure out how I want to put this. Node is the best, and you'll see little bitty clusters of them. Well, you want to just count the needles on one of them, on one of the cluster of needles, and that will tell you which pine tree it is. Pine bark, yes, can be used for coughs. A better one is wild cherry um, bark. That makes a really good cough syrup. But to me, to be honest, absolutely honest, the best cough syrup I have ever used. Now, I went a little further. I learned from Rosemary Gladstar, but I took it further than she did. All right, you know those little bitty dip crock pots that you get that really is not good for anything. If I was to make that little amount of dip for, you know, me and Junior or something, we'd laugh at each other. But it's those itty bitty little crock pots. Slice up good onions, good strong onion. Put that in there. I also slice up garlic and fresh garlic and put in there. I also slice up, if I have fresh or minced, I'll use horseradish. Um, I have put ginger in it before and cinnamon and cover that with local raw honey. Now, the crock pot does not get that hot, so you don't have to worry about that. And let that stew together in that little crock pot until the onion slices and the garlic and all of that is um, transparent. That is your best cough syrup that you'll use. And not only will it be good just for the cough, it's an extremely strong medicinal as well. Yes, turpentine. Yes. Stay positive, Tammy. You're going to find it. You're going to find it. Stay positive, Farrell. You'll find it. I promise you. But yeah, that cough syrup, I'm sorry to me. I have to be careful because I will eat it. It's good. But once the everything, the onions, the garlic, now I'm telling you, you want to fill that little crock pot full of the onions, onion slices, the garlic, the ginger, and whatever you want to put in it. You could put lemon slices in it, but you want to make sure that crock pot is packed full of those. Then you pour the honey on it. Now, once everything in that crock pot turns translucent, you pour that into a glass jar, canning jar would be best, put the lid on it, label it, and just store it in your fridge. And let me tell you, it works wonders. Well, now if I can get my sister to let go of the video, she hasn't made up her mind if she's going to let me post it or not, of me and her climbing the two massive, and I mean massive, oak trees that blew over in her yard this past spring, looking for Usnia. Didn't see him, didn't see any, but it might have been too long since looking for it. But let me tell you, that was hilarious. That was hilarious because she's a little bitty thing, and yeah, I'm I've got to get that video and post it. Be careful about that, Janie, because yeah, on down the road they might not be knocking; they might just bust that door in. That's why you got to be careful with who you help because yeah, I have never tried the onion on the feet. It's hard for me to do stuff like that because I was taught don't waste food. What color are the rose hips at the moment? Are they still green or are they brown? Because them rose hips should have already been red by now. Okay, Sandra. Here's the best way to know um, if it's sweet gum. It's the trees a lot of people hate because they have the pointy, sticky little balls that fall out of the tree, and if people walk on it barefooted, you won't forget it. You will not forget it. Now, back in the day, people used to take them. Granted, I helped make quite a bunch of them. Uh, they used to put aluminum foil over them and let the little points stick out, and it was looked like a little silver star ball of prickly death. Okay, you take care, Stone Hobbit. We'll see you next Monday night. Hopefully, you'll get to make it. Good evening, Terry. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. Yes, they do, Tammy. Yes, they do. They're not so slippery. Now, they're pointed. They look like little balls of death. Yes, it's the balls that you use on the from the trees. It's too late to use them now. It's past season. You want them when they are a bright green. You want to try to get the least amount of brown on them, because when they start turning brown, they're past their prime, but you want the green ones. Now, a lot of times in late spring, early summer, when they start forming on the trees in a storm or, thunderstorm, wind gets a little strong, sometimes they'll fall out of the trees. Now, if you have branches low enough to the ground, you can also pick them off the tree while they're green. You have spiked Legos. And they're dying. Believe me, I've known people who have stepped on them in flip flops and they went through the flip flop. That's why I call them the little balls of death. That's why when I found out that they were natural Tamiflu, I'm like going, well, crap, they are good for something besides trying to kill everybody. Now, on the rose hips, a lot of reasons why um, people don't see a lot of rose hips. You have to learn, if you want rose hips, you can't deadhead your roses. You have to sacrifice repeat blooms, or you have to make a decision. You come to a fork in the road. Do you decide to continue to deadhead them and get more flower buds and blooms, or do you decide to let the rose flower, let it start growing the rose hips, and get the rose hips? That's a decision only you can make yourself. What you do, all right, what I done, I made the mistake the first batch. I'm like going, now this was a long time ago. I made a mistake on the first batch. I thought, oh, it can't be nothing. I had a brick that I covered, with the towel on the kitchen counter, had a hammer. I wasn't paying attention. I would, you want to hit, I mean, don't just crush them, but hit them enough to where they mush up and put it in your jar that you're going to use to do the tincture in. Keep going till you get that jar halfway full, just a hair over halfway full. Once I got that done, I happened to look and they had sprayed my whole backsplash all over me, up on the cabinets. From then on, I do it outside. Now you can use a clean rock, you can use a brick, but you don't want to just pulverize them. You want to just mash them up enough to where it cracks, where not the medicine, the alcohol can go inside the green gum ball and all around it. Yes, that is exactly why you had rose hips this year. Yes, I'm sorry, Farrell. It's funny. I know it's not funny, but I could picture it. I could picture it. But yeah, that is your all natural. That's actually one of the parts they use. It's the main part. Of course, they add more chemicals and crap, but that is your Tamiflu. Works the same. Yeah, Rosa rugosas are your best, and that's what I grow. Now, just remember, when doing the rose hips, it's the outer part of the hip that you want. You'll break the hip open, or if they're fresh, you'll cut them open, save all the seeds from inside, and plant you some roses. Now, granted, it takes a while to grow them from seed. You might not get the exact rose from seed because of, how they play God with a lot of the roses. But Rosa rugosas, you can harvest the seeds and they will grow true. Eh, Oh, you're welcome, Terry. Now, just remember when you make that tincture, you have to use 100 proof vodka. 100 proof because they're juicy. And you want to make sure that the tincture is going to be shelf stable. Because if you don't use 100, yeah, 80 is not strong enough. Yeah, you can use wild rose hips. That's what they used to, that's what our ancestors used. Yeah. Now, also remember, you can use them dried as well. They just don't look as pretty, and sometimes they can be very, really nasty looking. If you use dried ones, just make sure they don't have any mold or mildew on the outside. If they do, you can still harvest the seeds from them and propagate more. Yep, just make sure that they are that bright, like alien green. Try to make sure that they're solid green. If they have just a tad bit of brown, it's okay, but the least amount of brown is very important. The more green they are, the stronger the medicine is inside of them. Yes, my video on Usnea says 80 because Usnea is a dry plant. I have made it with the 100 proof. That was so rough. Let me tell you, that was rough to take. So I backed it down to 80. Usnea does not have much moisture in it, so you can get away with using the 80 proof. Yes, they do have seeds. That's the seed pods of the sweet gum. Yep, that is the seed pods of the sweet gum tree. But yeah, 100 proof vodka. for Usnia was just way too rough. And I try to make the tinctures where they'll have, shelf life. I tried the 80 proof. Everything was perfect. The proof of the vodka didn't go down, so that tells you right there there's not much moisture in Usnia at all. It's too late to harvest them this year because they're brown. Unless you're going to look for seeds, we'll try not to die. All right, everyone. It is 8:05. I have had so much fun. I have missed y'all so much. This has been great. Yep, she's going to go to planting sweet gum trees. Now, another thing. Remember, Usnia also likes sweet gum trees. So don't forget to check under them. Like I said, don't give up finding the Usnia. It's out there. You'll find it. Be patient. Pray about it. Meditate about it. Just keep looking. Don't give up. Don't give up. You will find it. Everyone, I love y'all dearly. I have missed this so much. I have missed y'all so much. Uh-oh. Oh, that's good, Amita. That sounds good. Yes, please don't forget to click the like button as you head out. Happy blessed New Year. Y'all stay safe and sound this week ahead. And I will see y'all next Monday night so we can get back on schedule. Y'all stay safe and sound. I'm glad I could help Farrell, but it gets aggravating after a while because once I get out of the stress, the fog will lift. But yeah, y'all just have to be patient with me. Y'all just have to be patient because stress is evil. And I'm going to tell you, do whatever you can within reason. Within reason, y'all. Don't go wild. Try to de-stress yourself as much as possible. I love y'all dearly. I'm already upset because it went so fast, but I will see y'all next Monday night. Love y'all dearly. Y'all stay safe and hoot hoot. I'll see y'all soon. Love y'all too.